The first update we have today is centered on a recent social media exchange involving Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice and her husband, Luis Ruelas.
Ah, yes, that interaction definitely caught some attention.
It really did. And in this deep dive, we're going to be talking about that specific online moment because it illuminates quite a bit about their ongoing financial situation.
Right, it's more than just a social media spat.
Exactly. So our mission here is to unpack the details for you, from the fans' comment that started it to Teresa's very bold reply.
And also clarify the financial backdrop, the context that really sparked the whole thing. Well, it started pretty innocently, actually. Teresa shared a meme on Instagram.
Oh, one of those relatable ones.
Yeah, the classic, ugh, not ready for the work week kind of thing. Seems harmless. But then a social media user jumped into the comments very directly.
Asking, quote, "Where's Louis putting you to work?"
That's a pointed comment, clearly hinting at something financial there.
Very pointed. And Teresa's response, well, it wasn't exactly subtle. She fired back publicly.
What did she say?
Her exact words were, "Up my ASS," followed by 3 fire emojis.
Wow. Okay. So definitely a strong reaction.
A very strong reaction, yeah. It demonstrates just how sensitive that topic must be, reacting so viscerally to that perceived criticism about Luis and their finances.
For context, Luis initially faced a pretty significant tax lien. A while back, we're talking over, what, $163,000?
That's right. And then, just a few months after that news broke,
Teresa herself got hit with one, around $300,000, a little over that.
Yeah, over $300,000. And it didn't stop there.
No, because then Luis received a second lien, and this one was massive. Huge, like $2.5 million.
So if you add all that up, their combined potential tax debt was sitting at well over $3 million.
It's a staggering amount. And it's important to clarify here, Teresa has reportedly paid off her personal tax debt.
Okay, that's a key point.
Right. But Luis, he still owes millions. So the financial pressure, or at least the public knowledge of it, is definitely still there.
Which might explain the intensity of that "up my ASS" comment. But what's really interesting is how people close to them seem to see things differently.
Oh, absolutely. There are definitely divergent perspectives.
Yeah, like according to one insider's view, friends are apparently quite worried. They're expressing real distrust of Luis.
Talking about his creative financing?
Yeah.
That phrase always raises eyebrows.
It does, and they're reportedly worried Teresa's dug another hole for herself, especially since there's no prenup mentioned to protect her assets. Friends are apparently asking how she let this happen again.
But then you contrast that with what the family is saying publicly.
Right. A totally different story.
Teresa's oldest daughter, Gia Giudice, she came out and insisted things were, quote, under control.
Under control, okay.
Yeah, she said everything is being handled after they apparently had family discussions. So presenting a very united front despite all the outside noise and these reported internal concerns.
And all of this drama, the online clashes, the differing stories, it's all happening while The Real Housewives of New Jersey is actually on pause, right, before its next season.
Exactly. Which, probably just intensifies the focus on their personal lives. When there's no show airing, every social media post, every comment gets magnified.
Yeah, it keeps these financial struggles right in the spotlight for everyone to analyze. Okay, next we are going to talk about Brittany Cartwright. It sounds like she's found some comfort in a new relationship.
Yeah, especially after a really tough couple of years with Jax Taylor. This seems like a significant shift.
Definitely. So she's reportedly dating a guy named Brandon Hanson. He's also going through a divorce, apparently.
Right, and an insider was quick to point out they reconnected after he'd already been separated for about 7 months.
Ah, okay. So finding comfort in, similar life changes makes sense.
Exactly. And this all came out, interestingly, after his ex made a public comment about one of their dates. So a bit messy there.
Always is, isn't it? And her friend, Kristen Doty, she actually confirmed Brittany was seeing someone before this news broke.
Kristen called him really amazing, very wonderful, and very cool.
Yeah, she mentioned he has a family-feeling vibe and that it helps he's already a dad.
But she did add that little, we'll see, regarding how serious it is. Typical reality TV friend hedge.
True. But Brittany herself seems pretty decisive about other things, like her home.
Oh, yeah. That podcast update was very clear.
She basically said, she is mine, 100%. This is my home. No ambiguity there.
None at all. And she plans to stay, refresh the place, patio, living room.
And she even said you wouldn't even be able to tell her ex ever lived there. Ouch.
Wow. Plus, she doesn't want to move her son, Cruz, which is a big factor.
Right, especially since Jax apparently wanted her to move out earlier.
And speaking of Jax, big news there too.
Yeah, it came out in July that Jax Taylor, he's 46 now, won't be back for the Valley Season 3.
Production's set to start September 3rd without him.
So what does all this signal for Brittany personally and, on the show?
Well, this really evokes a pivotal moment for Brittany. Her statement about the house, "She is mine," that clearly depicts her reclaiming her space and identity. It's powerful.
It feels like a real line in the sand.
Definitely. It signifies her independence, her moving forward after a really turbulent time, both personally and, I think, professionally on the show.
It really sets the scene for her next chapter on the Valley, especially without Jax there. Next update we have about Jeremy Madix, that's Ariana Madix's brother. He's throwing out some pretty strong accusations about Janet Caperna on the Valley.
Yeah, he's not holding back. He basically suggested Janet distorts the truth.
Called her actions fake and performative. That's harsh.
He even accused her of moving to L.A. just for fame and is now showing her true colors.
And this isn't totally out of the blue, right? Didn't they clash last season?
Over that rumor about Janet's husband, Jason, taking off his wedding ring at bars.
Janet and Jason denied it, but Jeremy insisted he actually saw it happen.
Right. And now on the New Filter with Zach Peter podcast, Jeremy's saying he's watched her grow and can see through a lot of in between the lines.
Implying things on the show didn't happen the way they were presented.
Pretty much. He said flat out, that's not really how that went down.
And didn't the host, Zach Peter, mention others felt the same?
Yeah, he pointed out that Kristen Doty and Nia also said at the reunion that Janet seemed different since being on the show. Changed.
So what's Jeremy's theory? Why the change?
He thinks Janet hadn't fully gotten what she wanted initially. Like, she needed to be everyone's friend to secure her spot.
Playing the game.
But now that she's gotten the bag, as he put it.
Meaning she's established, got the paycheck.
Exactly. Now her true motivations are supposedly coming out, and she's deliberately trying to make moments.
Interesting. So it's all about screen time. Next update we have about Lala Kent. She always seems to be in the middle of these complex relationships, weighing in on people like Brock Davies and Scheana Shay, and of course, Jax Taylor.
Lala definitely has strong opinions and navigates these friendships very carefully.
So she was asked if she's forgiven Brock Davies for cheating on Scheana Shay back when Scheana was pregnant.
A touchy subject. What did she say?
On an Amazon Live, she was pretty clear. I had nothing to forgive him for. He didn't do anything to me.
Oh, deflecting it back to Scheana.
Exactly. She said she was just following Sheena's lead. If Scheana was working through it and feeling okay, then Lala felt all is good.
Makes sense from her perspective.
Yeah.
Maintain the alliance with Scheana.
Yeah, and she did add that Brock has been a stand-up guy since then, despite their, past issues over his older kids.
Right, they had that big feud, so bit of an evolution there.
Seems like it. Now, about the Valley Season 3, she was asked about her role.
And let me guess, she couldn't say anything.
Bingo. She just said, I cannot tell you one thing, I'm sweating.
Standard procedure. Got to keep the suspense up.
But she did talk about Jax Taylor, explaining why she still communicates with him.
Oh, giving her closeness to Brittany. That's interesting.
She said it's strictly to check on his sobriety, and always with Brittany's blessing.
Okay, so transparency is key for her there.
Absolutely. She emphasized she's on Brittany's team and worries Jax might misconstrue things otherwise.
Smart move, managing perceptions.
And she noted she hasn't actually spoken to Jax in quite some time, but talks to Brittany all the time. All right, let's shift gears. We're leaving the Valley and heading down to Orange County. Next update we have about Katie Ginella from The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Ah, yes, Katie. It sounds like her second season has been, well, pretty tumultuous.
That's putting it mildly. She's facing drama with the cast and some recent legal troubles.
Double trouble. Okay, let's break it down. The cast drama first.
Right. So Katie, she's 41, seems to be clashing with several of the women in season 19.
We saw that confirmed in the premiere, right? She was excluded from the big cast trip.
Exactly. The trip to Amsterdam, fans knew about it back in May, but the premiere made it official.
Ouch. Being left out of the cast trip is a major statement in the Housewives world.
Huge. And on the Out and About podcast, Katie said she actually asked to show up to try and fix things.
But they didn't let her.
Apparently not. She believes Bravo did me a favor by keeping her away, saying they were protecting me because it was apparently so crazy against me.
Interesting spin. Protecting her or isolating her?
Good question. And she seems aware of the potential consequences. She said that might have sealed my fate with this cast.
Wow, admitting her time might be up.
Kind of. She added she doesn't see the show as a necessity. Like, if it's not for me, it's not for me.
Taking a philosophical stance.
But she also thinks the other women are playing up their anger, insisting fans are not dumb and can tell what's real.
Trying to appeal directly to the audience's judgment. Classic.
Okay, so that's the cast drama. Now, part 2, the legal issues.
Right, the driving offenses. What happened there?
She was pulled over in Orange County back on June 3rd, got ticketed for 2 things.
Were?
Using a phone while driving and driving without a valid California license, though she did have a valid one from out of state.
Ah, the residency license issue. Common trap. And the phone.
Yep. Court records from late August show the case is still open.
Now, didn't Shannon Beador also get a phone ticket recently?
She did. Shannon, who's 61, got ticketed for using her phone on May 21st.
What was her explanation?
On Kelly Ripa's podcast, she said she just glanced at her buzzing phone at a red light, apparently a political text, and didn't know about California's strict no-touch law.
Okay, trying to minimize it, she clarified it wasn't a moving violation.
Right. But the timing is interesting, especially because Shannon is currently on probation.
Until late 2026, right? From her DUI and hit and run back in September 2023.
Exactly. So you've got Katie with these 2 issues, cast isolation and driving tickets, while Shannon has her own phone ticket but is already under much more serious legal scrutiny. Next update we have about Tamra Judge. Never a dull moment there. She continues to stir the pot in the OC, especially after making her early exit from that cast trip.
Ah, Tamra. Yes, she left the New Orleans trip in tears earlier this month, right?
She did. And then, true to form, after last week's episode aired, the one focusing on the fallout, particularly involving Katie, Ginella, and talking to bloggers, Tamra hit Instagram.
Of course she did. What was the message?
She posted a video mocking the drama that happened after she left. The caption was gold.
Let me guess. Shady.
Peak Tamra. Leaving the cast trip in tears, but then watching their alliance crumble.
Oof. Direct shot.
And she added, being called a liar by liars is almost a compliment. Seems like she was aiming that at Gretchen Rossi's claims.
Wow. Not subtle. How did fans react?
One commented the cast couldn't hold one episode without her. Tamra just replied with laughing, crying emojis.
Eating it up.
Even Stephanie Shojay from Real Housewives of Miami chimed in with an emoji.
Right.
The Housewives universe crossover.
They all watch each other. But not all fans were supportive, right?
No, some were critical. One asked if her therapy was working.
Ouch. That's personal.
Tamra clapped back, though, insisted her therapist is amazing and therapy is working, but added, doesn't mean it takes away my sense of humor.
Defending herself, but also keeping that edge.
Okay, from online battles to some really intense real-life relationship drama. Next update we have about RHOC alum David Beador, his relationship with Lesley Beador. It's just constantly making headlines.
Yes, that's been a very volatile situation for years now. What's the latest development?
Well, it appears David, who's 60, has reconciled with Lesley again. He just dismissed his latest divorce filing from June.
Wow, that was fast. This feels like a recurring pattern.
It really does. They got married back in October 2020, welcomed their daughter, Anna Love, in February 2021. But it's been nothing but many ups and downs.
Including previous divorce filings that were also dismissed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And restraining orders.
Exactly. Domestic violence restraining orders have been part of their history, too. It's heady stuff.
So what were the details of this latest filing in June? The one he just dropped.
It was pretty serious. David accused Lesley of physical abuse.
Really? What did he allege?
He described an incident right before a planned vacation where he claimed she physically attacked me, gouging large chunks of skin out of my arm.
Goodness, that's graphic.
He also alleged she cornered and forcefully slapped him multiple times. Based on this, he requested a restraining order.
Against Lesley?
Yes. And he asked for joint legal and physical custody of their daughter, Anna. Plus, he wanted Lesley to have to participate in a batterer intervention program.
That's a significant request. Anything else?
He also asked to stay in their Orange County mansion, suggesting Lesley live in their Montana home during the summer.
Dividing assets already. Were financial motivations mentioned?
Oh, absolutely. David expressed concern that Lesley's relationship with him was primarily based upon her desire to live a luxurious standard of living.
Accusing her of being motivated by money?
Pretty directly. He stated, "It is a fact. She has made that very clear to me, literally."
Wow. What about their prenup?
It apparently awarded Lesley $10,000 a month in spousal support, but only for half the length of their marriage, which was about 4 years, so maybe 2 years of support.
Okay, so there were financial stakes involved in the split. What happened with the restraining order he requested?
The court initially granted him a temporary one, But then just weeks later, on July 17th, David dropped it.
He dropped the restraining order and the abuse allegations.
Seems so. And then, on August 14th, he officially told the court he didn't want the divorce anymore. A judge signed off on dismissing the whole case on August 26th.
So back together after all that. If we connect this to the bigger picture, this whole cycle, the filings, the serious allegations, the reconciliations, it really illustrates the profound complexities, doesn't it?
It's incredibly complex.
And the deeply personal stakes involved, especially when played out so publicly, with accusations of abuse and financial motives thrown around. It brings to life just how messy and potentially damaging these high-profile splits can be.
And then the reconciliation just adds another layer of confusion.
It really does. It raises serious questions about the underlying dynamics of the relationship and, honestly, the long-term impact on everyone involved, particularly their young child.